Hello everyone and welcome back to A to Z Sports. Andrew Goldstein and Zach Weiss, now visited by Mike Gorham of the Pittsburgh Power, COO of the Pittsburgh Power. Mike, welcome to the show.
Thanks guys, thank you for having me.
I guess we'll just start with the big news that happened yesterday. I know they had the press conference that they leaked out, and I know Jerry DePaul of the Trib was there. He wrote an article about he was on the team last season for a little bit of it. Bill Stahl comes back. Obviously there has to be some excitement involved that another Pitt player joins the Pittsburgh Power.
Yeah, our roster is quickly filling up with a lot of Pittsburgh natives, whether they went to Pitt or are local to the area, like Mike Washington, Tyree Young. But Bill Stahl is a great addition, re-addition if you will, to the Power. We were thrilled to have him on the roster last year. We were disappointed that we weren't able to retain him this year based on his desires to pursue his own personal interests. But it's amazing what happens to people when they take some time off the field. They quickly realize that they miss it and want to get back to playing. And we were right there ready for him as soon as he made that decision.
Going back to the beginning of the season, the Power got off to a good start, getting a win over the Orlando Predators. And how big was it for the team to get off on the right foot this season?
It's always big, obviously there's been a lot of turmoil surrounding our team and surrounding the league in the last couple of weeks. But the one good thing about sports is that fans are quick to forgive and move on when you're winning. So not that I'm going to say that anything that happened in Orlando is for better or for worse. Obviously we survived the situation down there and we were able to thrive with a win over Orlando. But we're just excited to have our team back together under new leadership now and move forward with the rest of our season.
How much, obviously, I know when I was listening to the Tribune Interview webcast of the first game against Orlando, they were quoted as saying in reference to the whole turmoil, really glad that the bye week is this week so everything can get together. How important was getting the bye week last week for trying to set the team together and putting everything and putting the pieces back together?
It was huge. I don't even know if we would have been able to do it without the bye week. I'm sure, where there's a will, there's a way. I'm sure we would have figured it out somehow. But that bye week was absolutely huge. It gave people a lot of time to digest the situation. Players who originally were not on our roster leaving Orlando were able to kind of assess the situation and decide that they want to do what was right for them as far as football goes and come back to the team. So it was a really big break we had having that bye week.
Do you like where some of these pieces have fallen in place? Obviously, Zach mentioned you brought back Bill Stahl. Do you like where some of the other players have fallen into their positions?
I love our team. I mean, our team this year is an Arena Bowl caliber team, and I've said that since day one. Obviously, we had a minor hiccup in Orlando, but you replace one great quarterback with another great quarterback, and the rest of the team is intact. We're going to move forward, geared up, ready to take on the division and eventually the conference and then the Arena Bowl. So yeah, I'm really excited. We have some great talent. We have our line is nice and solid, and that's hinged around Bo Elliott and an all-arena offensive lineman, specifically at center. And if anyone slips through that gap, we have Tyree Young, who is another fantastic addition to the roster, also from the Pittsburgh area. Went to IUP, and he's going to be serving at fullback. We have an outstanding receiving core, arguably better than we had last year with the addition of PJ Barry. And then, our defense is stronger than ever. We have a defensive-minded coordinator in Derek Stingley, who also served as head coach last year at New Orleans. So he's definitely has the talent to be at that level. So it's very humbling to know that he wanted to come up here and be our coordinator, and then he brought with him some phenomenal talent in the defensive backs and defensive line. So we're really excited about that.
Friday starts the beginning of the 9-game home schedule against the Philadelphia Soul, a team that you had mixed results within last year. I believe you lost at home in the inaugural game last year. A little chance to get some revenge against them, so hopefully it'll be nice to see them come back here and get a little dose of revenge, I'm assuming, of sorts. Yeah,
I like to think that we got our revenge last year when we went into Philadelphia and put a hurting on them pretty good. But you know, if you did your homework, you'd know that the quarterback we did that with was Bill Stoll. So we're excited to bring him back, you know, into the mix. And the first game is one that he's very familiar with, and that's against Philadelphia. So it was his only win as a starting quarterback with the Power last year. It was his only game that he started last year because he came on board late. So he obviously is undefeated against Philadelphia Soul, and we're hoping to keep that record going.
I saw a video on Facebook last week that showed Mike Washington going out into the community, the Children's Home of Pittsburgh, and playing with a kid. How important is it for the Power, the team, and officials to get out into the community and really be a part of this Pittsburgh community?
That's a great question. I personally feel, from a moral and ethical standpoint, that it's very important that we do our due diligence to get out into the community and to form those relationships. But even if you look at it from a business standpoint, we don't have games if we don't have fans, and we don't have fans unless we're able to connect with them in the community, and so on and so forth. Even the best sports teams, across the nation, they have their ties in the community, and it's not out of obligation. It's more out of an internal desire to make sure that they're turning around and saying thank you to the community that is supporting them so deeply. So I took it on as a personal project last year to highlight one charity at every single home game. The first couple of games were a little rough getting started because we were still trying to introduce people to what we were and what we were doing. But once everyone figured out, that there were no strings attached, that we were allowing charities to partner up with us and spread their message and spread their word, for no obligation, it really took off. And after that, we had Make-A-Wish Foundation and Big Brothers Big Sisters and Muscular Dystrophy and Special Olympics, Goodwill, the Food Bank, American Red Cross, the Heart Association, March of Dimes, pretty much if you name it. We have the Animal Rescue League this year. If you name it, we have partnered with them in some way, shape, or form, whether it be on the field or on their field, so to speak. So it's a great opportunity. The guys absolutely love it. Mike Washington is one of our biggest proponents of that. He oftentimes brings us projects and events that he would like to participate in that we may not have heard about yet. And we're all about trying to stay plugged into the community.
I asked the Sparks this last week about engaging the fans and how after the game, a lot of times, I believe it's 30 minutes after every game, the Sparks are on the field, the Power on the field, and fans get to ask whatever they want, sign whatever they want. How huge is that in bridging that relationship between the fans and the players?
It's great, and it's something that I wish I could take credit for, but unfortunately the AFL has been doing that since its inception. But I think it is one of the key factors that really separates the AFL from any other professional sport. Obviously the rules are a little bit different. You're playing indoors on a field that's surrounded completely by walls. You have less players, there's a motion man, so on and so forth. But one of the big factors that separates the AFL and the Pittsburgh Power from the NFL and the Steelers or the NHL and the Pens or so on and so forth is the accessibility that we give to our fans and to our community. So we are more than happy to do that for our fans. We love the ability to connect with them after every single game, and it's something that we are excited to continue this year.
What are some of the duties that the position of COO might hold that you do?
I can tell you the duties that I don't do, and that is I don't coach the team, and I don't sell sponsorship. But I have dabbled in sponsorship, so I can't definitely mark that off the list. And but I haven't dabbled in coaching yet, and you know, I think that our head coach is happy about that. I handle all the day-to-day operations, so you know, coordinating, you know, interviews such as this, coordinating all of our team travel, all of our team housing, anything that the players request or need. We help coordinate the housing assignments for the players, the game day operations, all of our merchandise. I don't dabble in ticket sales. We have a ticket coordinator who does that. So I guess the two main things that I don't do are sponsorships and ticket sales, but everything else I have a hand in. We have people that are assigned to certain specific duties, but overall I oversee all of it.
I guess we'll get you out here on this one. We'll just get you out with the obvious big event that's going on, besides the fact that it's obviously the opening night for the Pittsburgh Power at home, is the fireworks, indoor fireworks, and I know it's something that you're very, very excited about.
I am. When Pyrotechnico came to us with this concept at the beginning of the year, you know, we were all really excited to see it come into fruition. They are hosting the largest indoor fireworks display ever put together in the city of Pittsburgh. And I guess you could probably go out on a limb and add a couple of surrounding cities into that category, because I don't know how many of our adjacent counties and townships and cities have hosted indoor fireworks. So we're really excited about this opportunity. It's going to be a great show for the fans. It's going to have lasers and smoke and fire and pyrotechnics and you know, strobe lights and everything you can imagine that goes into a 4-minute, $20,000 pyrotechnic display is going to be there. So we're really excited about it. I know I'm going to have you know, my eyes glued to the field during halftime, and I hope that everyone else does as well.
Well, for more information about the fireworks night, opening night, you should like the Pittsburgh Power on Facebook at Pittsburgh Power Football. Follow them on Twitter at AFL Pittsburgh. Those are the two places. Also, tickets very affordable, $10 for the to go to student activities office to do that. Otherwise, if that doesn't work for you, $15 gets you in. Very affordable football for you, for the family, for whomever you want to take. So be sure to catch Friday night, the home opener against the Philadelphia Soul as the Pittsburgh Power are at the Consol Energy Center. We're up against a break. When we come back, we have Sean Clark from the Point Park baseball team here on the Voice of Point Park, 670 AM, WPPJ Radio.